Okay, gonna try a video. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna plug my external mic in. Okay, now I'm on external mic. Excuse me. I like external mic better because it doesn't pick up the surrounding sounds like the onboard camera does, and especially stuff like this. When I move the camera around, you can hear it more using the onboard mic than you can off of this mic, so it keeps the sound a little more centralized. Okay, my knives, basically these two. Let's start out with my favorite little pocket knife called this is the Gerber S21 something. You can get this on Amazon for 20 bucks. Hang on just a second. I got pictures of them up here already. This is the Gerber STL 2.0. 15 bucks. Can't beat it. Okay, as far as just a general everyday pocket knife and slim design, I have not found anything that's comparable to this. You know, I like a knife, a small knife like this that I'm going to use the most of any knife for, you know, opening boxes, just general stuff that you need a little knife. And I have not found anything that is this slim and this size, just perfect. It's just the quality is great. The size is just, you just can't beat it. I mean, when you put it in your pocket, it's like carrying a AAA flashlight. You can't even tell it's in your pocket. And that's what I like. And this, like I said, this is my knife that I use the most. This one is the bad mofo. This one is bigger, of course. This one's a Kershaw. This is the 1760 Stonewash. Cost about 42 bucks. It's not power assisted. And the reason I chose this knife, I've actually had this knife over 10 years. Not this particular knife, but I'll get into that in a second. I liked it so well because, again, it's got some similarities to the Gerber. Is where it's compact, it's thin, and it fits in your pocket, which I'll show you right now. Let's go to my pocket, and it just pops in, and so it's just non-obtrusive. You can't even tell it's in your pocket. Easy to pull out. It's just a good all-around knife, just to carry when you need something a little bit bigger than the Gerber. It's not power assisted. It does have the little paddle on it, which I like. Some knives don't have this, so it'd be, if you like a little more streamlined knife and you don't care for that, that's fine too. You can just open it this way, but this way is a little bit harder for me. So I like the power assist. I can go like that, and then I can just open it the rest of the way when I need it. And there's the knife opened. Good all-around knife, good quality. Again, because it's so thin is really the reason why I like it. It's because of the shape. I have not found anything that suits me better. I mean, it's just got a good feel to it when you need to do more heavy-duty stuff than this little guy. For protection, to carry it for protection. Very good all-around knife. When I've had this particular knife a couple weeks. You can also open it straight up. Let me back this camera up a little bit. If you want to open it that way, see, I mean, it just opens right now. Now, I had another one of these, and after about a year, I couldn't do this anymore with it. Let me get my charge cord out of the way. I couldn't really do this with it anymore. See, this one will just open up really nice. And with before, I would kind of just go like this to power assist, start it, and then I would open it like that, which is fine with me. But for right now, it's working. I can just pull it out. I just need to whip it out. There it is. We'll have to see how long it's sitting in your pocket and you get a little build up on the bearing in there, and pretty soon it's just not quite as good as it was before as far as opening, as far as doing that. What happened with me on this knife is, like I said, I've had both of these knives. I've had them over 10 years. Let me stop for a second. When I said this one's not power assist, this one is a power assisted knife. This is my daughter's knife, and I just kind of pilfered it from her. She didn't want it anymore, so I just kept it to add to my collection because it's the only knife I have that's power assisted. So this one, get over here, this one is, you can just flick it and it's out. So you don't have any, see, in fact, you can see the power. When I try to close it, it wants to spring back up, where the other one doesn't. So you just hit it. In fact, you can see it doesn't, this is a little bit old, so it doesn't always spring out there. But that's what a power assisted knife is. Now, you pay a little bit when you get a power assisted knife, you pay for size, because you can see, because it's power assisted, it's going to be a little bit wider. Now, if you compare the two knives together, you can see quite a bit of difference in width, which changes the whole feel to it. I mean, if you put them together like this, I mean, this is noticeably, and it's just more girth. You know, if you open it and you open this one, you can see that this one, the Kershaw, is quite a bit bigger. But when you close them, they're almost the same size. So you don't get as much knife. So if you go power assisted, that's cool, but just be aware that if you do go power assisted, you're not going to have this not as much of a slim design. So it just depends on what you like. Anyway, I had both knives, and I took my kids to an air show, and I carry these knives all the time. I don't carry this one, but I carry these two all the time. In fact, I have a third one that I carry on my keychain. This has a little pair of scissors in it that I really like. It's a Victor something, you know, like forgot the name of that one, but I don't happen to have that one yet. I just ordered it. But anyway, so I carry those three. So because I carry them, and because I'm not aware that I have mommy when I'm going to the air show, because I have this knife, you know, clipped in my pocket, you can just see this part, like that much of it. You can see the clip. And one of the guards spotted it. So we walk about a mile carrying stuff, and it was a hot day. We get almost to the spot where we're going to watch the planes, and one of the guards spots it. So he says, I'll give you an option. Either you give it to me right now, you give it up right now and you're not going to get it back, or you walk all the way back to your car and put the knife back in your car. And I'm going, you got to be kidding me, man. And I was tripping out, man, because that was a long walk where I just came from carrying that stuff, especially because I had my two grandkids. They didn't want to walk all the way back to the car, and I didn't want to walk all the way back to the car. So I sat there for a minute and said a few expletives. Finally said, hell with them. They gave the dude the knife. He didn't spot the one on the keychain, which was right next to it, actually, because I carry it off of my pants loop right there. He didn't happen to see it, but I walked a little bit farther, and there was another checklist, and they had a metal detector, and then there was another guy there, and he spotted it. He spotted the one on my keychain. So once he spotted it, I had to give it to him. Same thing. He offered me the same deal, so I gave it to him. And then he scanned me with the metal detector, and it beeped. So he said, okay, empty your pockets. So I had a AAA flashlight in one pocket, And I had this little guy right here in my other pocket. So I lost 3 knives that day. I had to give that one up too. So that air show cost me 3 knives. These two, this one's $42, this one's $15, and the other one's $15. So you're talking $100 in knives to just boom. And after I was so bummed out, I was bummed out the whole day because of that. And man, I just can't believe that I didn't think of it. I just didn't think of it because the knives are so comfortable to carry. I just didn't think of it. So when I got back home, I'm without my knives. So I'm going, man, I'm going to have to replace these. So I did. I finally replaced them. I replaced them one by one. And I started out with this one because since this was my one I actually used the most, I couldn't go without this guy. I just can't go without having a knife in my hand when I need to do something little. So I bought this one first. And then this was the one that cost me the most money. So, but I had to have this one back too. So I went back on Amazon, started looking around, saw a ton of knives. And I'm sitting there for a minute, checking them out real close, looking at all the camera views, the reviews on them and stuff. And I finally decided, you know what, I can't take a chance because I already know this knife. I already know what I like about it. And I can't take a chance on another knife that I don't know how it's going to feel in my hand or how it's going to fit in my pocket. So I turned around and bought the same one exactly again. So it's one of those deals, man, when you get comfortable with something, you kind of stick with it. So 2 great knives. I mean, just 2 great knives. I just love the hell out of both of them. This one here, I don't carry. This one I just have it just to show somebody what the power assisted is. But I wouldn't carry a power assisted knife because it's too bulky for me. I need something like this. I need something slim, something that looks good. It doesn't look too fancy. Fits in the pocket real good and is very functional. And this knife is just got a good, man, just got a good feel. I just can't beat it. That's pretty much my review of my knives. And maybe it'll help somebody if somebody's looking for something to get. I'll see.